My name is Adonis. No, not like Drake's son. I had that name first. You feel me? So you can't put that on him. That's my name. You know what I'm saying? But I also go by King Don. You feel me? For obvious reasons, copyright infringement. I heard that he liked to sue, and I don't have the money for that. So you know what I'm saying. I also go by Don Dada, the showstopper. Uh, Don Skylark, the motion boy. Um, I like Don Julio and Don Juan. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have a good time, but any liquor is fine. I'm real cool with anything. I'm from the 419 Toledo. That's in Ohio. For y'all don't know where Toledo is, home of the Ohio State University. Shout out to them boys. Your national champs. I felt like it was a good omen when they came out here and won that championship. Because I'm like, all right, cool, shoot. I could be the next thing from Ohio, you know what I'm saying? Getting me some championships and stuff out here in Atlanta, you feel me?
What do you do?
Um, I do a little bit of everything. I started off rapping, and then when I got a little bit more of the confidence with my voice, I started singing a little bit. I was in some choirs and stuff like that. I do a little acting on the side. I just did this comedy show not too long ago. And yeah, I mix and master my own music. I've been doing that for a pretty long time. And yeah, I got a hat in really everything when it comes to creation. I love to express myself, but music is the one that I feel like I'm the best at expressing myself.
If you had to put a number to it, how long have you been in the music space?
So I started recording myself when my mom bought me some equipment my freshman year of high school, and I was just uh at first I was putting my phone up to the microphone to like put the beat on the actual recording thing because I had no idea what I was doing. It sounded absolutely terrible, but I just kept on like, all right, no, after a while, you gonna get good at it. So now that 10 years later, I'm 25 and I still been doing this, now I feel even more comfortable. Where back then I was kind of like I didn't even want to drop music low key just because I'm like, this don't sound like studio quality. And I feel like that'd be a problem with a lot of people nowadays that you don't even hear when you sound bad. And I had that very, very early on. And I'm glad that I had to go through that process because, yeah, I get to hear, you know what I'm saying? The mic don't lie to you.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? So I get to hear exactly raw how I sound and be able to mix it the way I want it to sound.
What is it about you that causes you to just go for it?
Um, when I was a kid, I started off dancing. So for our little school talent shows or whatever the case was, we would do me and my friend Devin, shout out to my boy. We would do like this James Brown, Michael Jackson type thing. And I just remember the first time we did it, I hopped out there, I did the splits, popped back up, moonwalked on them, and they was going
They lost
crazy.
their mind.
They was
They
going
lost their mind.
crazy after that. And I just remember walking out and people like, hey, you love MJ, you love MJ. And I'll never forget this. I went upstairs to where my dad and stuff was at, and they eyes just lit up. And my dad picked me up and he was like, boy, we taking you to
He's
Hollywood.
like, we're gonna be rich.
You got this. So that kind of just started more just not even just with music, but this entertaining bug in me where I'm like, I love people. Well, I love to make people feel some type of way. I love to see that excitement and people like that. But music became more like therapy, not only I guess for the listener, but for myself. So I could get off how I was feeling about my family, what was going on with my friends and stuff like that. So it wasn't even necessarily like a start button. Like I said, I was already just feeling this from a little kid.
What did the reaction from the crowd do for you?
That's the addicting part that I think why a lot of people get into it. I played football and I'm thinking I want to be an athlete just because after a tackle, Adonis Phillips on the tackle, and I'm
That's me. That was me.
you feel me looking up in the stands looking for my parents and stuff like that. So the older I was getting, and I was like, okay, Adonis, you're not gonna be 6 foot or anything, so maybe you want to leave that alone. um I started to realize like, yeah, a lot of the reasons why I love that stuff was simply because of the entertainment factor of it. The crowd feeling some type of way about something. So yeah, that really drives me when it comes to anything. Like it's kind of hard sometimes doing things on social media just because I'm such a I want to feel
Active. You
you.
want to feel that energy. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I'm just a natural entertainer. It's everywhere I go, no matter who I walk by, who I talk to, they gonna remember who I am. If it's not cause my name, it's because of who I am as a person.
When people listen to your music, what do you want their takeaway to be?
I like to say that I make music for the purpose of reflecting. And everybody say, you know what I'm saying, they have a message and they things of that such. But I feel like, especially nowadays, we kind of put things in this box where if you're not Kendrick or Drake, which meaning consciousness, and with Drake, you can say that's kind of like popular music. Yeah. They feel like if you're making conscious music, it can't be popular music. Or if you're making popular music, it can't be conscious music. I want to put that bridge back in between the two of no, I can give you a hit, but it's going to be something behind it. It's not going to just be, even if you hear the beat and you like, okay, this kind of going crazy. After a while, it might not be then and there. It might be 5 years later. You like, oh my God, he was talking about this in that song. And yeah, I just try to move forward with doing that, being able to give these messages, but still give hits. Like when I think of people, I think of songs like Doo Wop by Lauryn Hill. That's a hit song. Yes, it is. But she's talking about some real matter in there. She is. And another thing that I represent is duality. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of why I got this black and white on for yin and yang. I represent duality. So if I'm making a song where I'm talking about men are this type of way, I'm going to also talk about how women are. Now, it's never from like of course, it's distorted because it's a man's perspective of a woman's perspective. But I feel like aside from other artists, I'm keeping that part real with you though. I feel like people don't keep the realness of, okay, whatever this message I'm conveying, am I being fair about it? Am I being equal? Or am I just kind of, yeah, no, this is my perspective and that's it.
That's kind of a sticky space because, you know, right now we're in a place where everyone is super insensitive. I mean, not insensitive, emotional about things. You know what I mean? So it's like, even if you're trying to deliver a message without malice, they take it that way.
Once we stop, because there's two people involved when it comes to music, the maker and also the listener. We have a responsibility as the maker as far as our message and what we're giving out to you. But you also have the responsibility as a consumer to be like, you talking about this? Like right now, I feel like it's real two big lanes that people are not talking about. And if I got to be the person that talks about it, that's okay. It's two lanes of over sexualizing our women and criminalizing our men. And it seems like if you on one of them spectrums, you can break through. You can break loose. But when are we going to start having the conversations of how those things affect our community?
So I wonder, have you ever had a moment where you were just like, I need to throw in the towel. This is not for me.
Like I said, in high school, I was kind of mixed in between doing sports and doing music, but I cannot stop doing music. And like I said, it's a big part of just who I am, as a person. I got vivid stories of riding around in my dad gold bins listening to Contagious. But you're contagious, touch me, baby, give me what you got.
Yep.
and I'm a little man singing this stuff, and also what else? Dove Cry by Prince. My dad is a big inspirational impact on what type of music that I was listening to, and also like Love Calls by Kim. When love calls your name. It's on my lips. They used to be going so crazy. And I feel like, yeah, we're not making these type of hits no more for people. And
Timeless. We're missing the timeless joints.
timeless,
Yeah.
timeless. I want to give you something that, like I said, it might take you 10 years to digest what the lyrics are actually talking about. A big inspiration as well for me is Frank Ocean. I think Frank Ocean is probably one of the best songwriters in the
Underrated like
business.
crazy and brilliant. Smart
One
man.
of the best in the business. I think of a song like Pyramids. That's my favorite song by him because he's talking about how through the years we put women on this sexual pedestal and things of that nature, and just how he does it and being able to be descriptive and intentional about what he raps about. I mean, sings about.
One more plug for him. The that track that said "You Gotta Believe in Something." When you get a chance, listen to it.
Okay.
It's by Frank Ocean. It's called "You Gotta Believe in Something." I think something like that. But it's
Okay.
fire track. So you being in music this long, have you picked up any major keys you feel like artists should know coming into this space?
Um, it is the music business. Keyword is business. I feel like one thing, also me coming from Toledo, I know I done ran into a lot of artists and stuff out here who was like, dang man, are y'all gonna come out here and but y'all don't understand that when you're from a place where it's not that many celebrities coming from out of there, a lot of it is within sports. We got Life Jennings and Anita Baker and stuff like that from Toledo specifically. When you're not seeing this, we're not touching these people. They're not coming back. I ain't seen Life Jennings. Well, actually, he just did a show not that long ago, so let me not talk about life like that. But you know what I'm saying? We can't touch these people. You can be out here in the airport and see Quavo. In Toledo, we're not getting that type of action or exposure. We're now start coming into our own as far as the music scene. But yeah, we have people like Jared Anderson, Zaya Cook, James Hudson, Mike Warren, um, Nigel Hayes, artists like Relly Cole, who's a rapper from our city, R.I.P. D.D. Porter. It was a lot of people from our city that, are starting to make this headway and let Toledo be on the map. And some of those people are within my age group. So I was like,
King Don as well.
Right.
Okay, we got King Don in this
Okay,
building.
let's add me to the list as well, and people like my boy Morgan, who, because we have a couple people who have made the move here to try to make more of a impact when it comes to the stuff. So yeah, it's just I consider Atlanta Black Hollywood. It's the land of opportunity.
When you are making your music, how is your audience? I mean, what's the word I'm trying to say? How does your city react to your music?
See, that's the thing. Coming from Toledo, we don't have a sound. You know what I mean? Where like the East Coast, you can attach something down south, the West Coast, even Chicago now, even places like that. You can Milwaukee. It's so many places you can attach a sound to. I feel like we don't necessarily have that. Now, some people will use that as a crutch, but to me, it's not. It's kind of like
I think that's beautiful though. Like
it
there's
is.
no box in Toledo.
There's no box. You don't. We don't have to. Oh, you don't sound like this dude. So,
yeah.
Nah, we don't like you. You need to be sounded like where you from. We don't have any of that. So being able to be fully expressive, I can go to the East Coast and make a song with somebody out there and completely, you know what I'm saying, get with what they got going on. I can come out here and do songs and completely get on with they. Same with everywhere. I used to have this mixtape series on SoundCloud called T to the, and it would be T to the A, T to the D, T to the, and I would basically take whatever sound was prominent in that space, whether old, new, and rap over it.
Ooh, I like that. So I guess to answer the question, it'd be like they don't have a reaction; they just vibe with whatever music is there.
Yeah, it's not even that they don't have a reaction. It's we're now starting to appreciate the fact that artists, when it comes to music, are coming out of the city. We got a lot of those people that are named are sports people, you know. So music being something for people, because that's the thing. It's about taking it serious. Because right now at this level, it's kind of like um telling your kid who you about Santa Claus and continuing on that thing. It's like, yeah, I got people who gonna be, yeah, you can make it. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things with getting out of your hometown, cause yeah, they can box you in. And sometimes I don't think it's necessarily because they want to hate, but it's the song by Kendrick Lamar called Black Boy Fly. And it basically speaks on how he goes over these people who were famous from where he was famous from, and was basically like, yeah, I used to hate on these people. But the last verse was basically saying, I didn't hate on these people because of their talents or anything like that. I hated on them because it's kind of like if we got 100 tickets in here in a lottery, and one of them is the winning ticket, the first person gonna go, the first person gonna go. That person in the middle is sitting there like,
Wait,
dang,
yeah,
man. The
yeah.
closer the more people that go, that's the less chance for me.
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel in our city, where it's like, dang, like I'm not hating on you because you bad or anything like
Showing
that.
you
But
love might take away love from me.
but
It's
showing
crazy.
love to you might take love away from me. And it's like,
Wow.
that's what I'm saying in my music as well. I'm honest and be like, yeah, I felt like that.
I think this is a better time than any to ask you to share a snippet of what you do.
Most of these brothers are Kelly because they just minor threats. Man, why y'all words keep on fading? What y'all some at your sketches? Man, in my city, they shooting these bullets not contested. And brothers fade on that block, they doing dirt compressions. You might as well swing on yourself since you fighting demons. My new girl do me so cold, I'm calling her Anema. She always saying that we done when we never started. I'm just playing for them dollars like Mekhi Parsons. My baby always want commission, I'm Roger Goodell. Only when she in designer, she proud of herself. And she gon' lie to herself, and I gotta go with it. I know she used to playing many men like that old 50. I'm Marge Simpson. I got blues on my mind now. Trying to see who here with me. Can't wait for death to find out. Catch me in my skin when you jump in is when I hop out. These brothers ain't working. I'm going in when they clock out.
What kind of space you need to be in to create? What does it look like? What's it smell like in that room?
I ain't gonna say what it smell like for my mama's sake. But I do a lot of stuff on my own. I'm a real DIY type person. Yeah. I believe in doing it yourself. I watch my parents own businesses and be respected and loved in their own right, doing what they do. So, yeah, I like to get in there a lot by myself. Like, you wouldn't believe, I've been doing this for 10 years. I've only been to a studio twice.
No candles lit, no nothing. Is it? What is there? Light on, lights off? What's it feel like?
When I'm listening, or if I'm creating music or something, I have to be doing something. I don't know why. I think it's because a lot of the music that I wrote, I started to write at work. So I was getting to a point where I have to be doing something in order to write some music. I don't know why. So I turn the beat on, turn the game on, get to playing the game, and just let the rhymes flow. And I write.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm kind of mad that Jay-Z and Lil Wayne put out their secret of that they don't write, because I feel like that started
making everybody think like they should write.
Everybody. When it's like, I'm not saying, you feel me, your bag is your bag, but it might take me a week or two to write a verse. But it's gonna be the best verse that you ever heard. And I try to be that intentful with every song that I do. So I can't go in there and I understand certain people, they like, no, I need to just get off that stuff quick, but I'm way too intentional. My songs won't be as descriptive as they are if I wasn't.
Well, judging by your lyrics, I can tell you have a vault full of music somewhere.
I have 4 mixtapes on SoundCloud, ranging from 2016 to, I think I stopped putting mixtapes on there maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
But that's released. Like, even if it's on SoundCloud, it's released. Right. I'm talking about unreleased.
Oh, unreleased? Yeah. Because there's certain songs that you wouldn't hear just because Yeah, I'm an artist. I make some of this stuff for me,
Oh, so
so I
some
can
of it's
listen
for
to
you.
it.
That's why it's in the vault. So you're
Yeah,
keeping it hostage because it's
right,
your own personal thing.
right. And my friends are real fans of me. They not, oh, just because I know the guy. I'm a like my friend just told me the other day. I sent her a song. She was like, Adonis, I liked your music, but now I'm a fan, and that touched me because I'm like, wow, I've known her my whole life. She's been listening to my music my whole life. So for her now to say I'm a fan, and one of the reasons too is I was trying to do a lot of team group stuff when I first started doing music. So I didn't have the I guess my own independent sound at first. I'm now starting to get to where I'm like, oh yeah, when I listen to my stuff, that's you. Because I'm super inspired by everything. So sometimes you'll hear my music, I get compared to anybody but it's always good people. But just because I'm so inspired by other art to create.
Well, speaking of your music, what did you perform for us today?
I perform clips, and that's, you feel me, a song where you hear to it. You hear the hook. I don't want no pictures, baby girl. I want clips. Bend that ass over. Let me make it move in your fit. Or maybe send a clip of them brand new tits. Or maybe send a clip of you playing with your. Now you listen to that, you like, oh well, this guy, he's superficial. Because not all my music is, oh, this is how I feel. But I'm not gonna be one of them fake people that be like, I don't also like I said, when it comes to criminalization of our men and the over sexualization of our women, I play a part in that. A lot of us do. It's kind of like I heard somebody say, it's like somebody complaining in traffic. You're part of the traffic. That person behind you, wife might be in labor or something of that nature. So I like to be honest and be like, okay, yeah, I know I'm also a part of the problem, but it's being descriptive. Like I say, I don't want no pictures, baby girl. I want clips, cinema. You the only one to set it off. Vivica, you go to work and watch them bills fall. Benjamin, I never ever judge you by your flaws. I'm a gentleman. I got your neck froze because I'm chivalrous. For real, baby, you can be like Ellen because I'm generous. Just saying those things, all those are materialistic type things. So I'm aware of the uh certain words that I'm saying. There's a reason why you set it off. What is set it off about? Those women, the, because of the system or whatever that they were in, that's what they were forced to do. Kill Bill. That's a movie about a woman seeking revenge because what a man did. Jackie Brown, also about a woman who she gets framed for having this money in this bag or whatever, and she had to maneuver her way through that. I love women empowerment films and things of that nature, but I'm gonna be real about it. I'm not going to try to, like I said, if I'm gonna be conscious, I don't have to put it over this boom bap, we shall overcome beat.
What do you have coming down the pipelines we need to be aware of?
My homeboy Morgan just dropped his mixtape or album, his album, Without Rain, How Should We Grow? Great title, by the way. Great title. I got a song on there with him called Waiting to Make It. I mixed and mastered the song, Key and I together. We executive produced that. You know, I'm trying to use the big words and stuff. And later down the line, I have my own mixtape that I'm dropping. My first mixtape from on all platforms. And that's one thing I want to say before we go. Don't put yourself in this, oh, I gotta be posting on Apple Music. Take your time, develop your artistry, because that's what for real these industries are looking for. Yes. Somebody who is already kind of, oh, okay, you kind of, there is motion.
Now I want part of that motion. Get yourself in a space where you can negotiate the contract.
Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, try to facet yourself in anything. If you are an artist, and you don't know how to mix and master a song, or you don't know how to play an instrument, get on it.
Learn it, yeah.
Get on it, because that's going to take you further. And that's why I say write, because a lot of people don't know the power of writing credits. It's like, yeah, if we really going to be about this business stuff, let's talk about, those components. That's what I want to give to the kids growing up from my city.
And you also mentioned that you had some shout outs you wanted to do?
Yes. So I wanted to shout out a few brands that I have. A lot of these are from the city of Toledo. You know what I'm saying? I know it's tacky to have the tag on there, but you feel me? I'm trying to support my people. But my girl Natrina from Toledo with her brand Flex. She's been doing that for a minute now. I've known her for a little bit. My boy Dev got these custom beanies out. Young heart, old soul. I feel like that describes me so much, and you see the black and white for the yin and yang effect and things of that nature. I love that because I'm like, yeah, that's who I feel like. Person with a young heart and an old soul. My boy Charlton with weekend vibes, because it's always vibes on the weekend, you know what I'm saying? Somebody from the hometown. I like that. Shout out Wooski, you know what I'm saying? She doing it big. Now she doing it big. Yeah, you feel me? The custom Chewbacca.
Before I get into a sign off, can you give me a quote that will supersede your existence? Like long after King Don isn't here, this quote will remind me of King Don.
I'm still this from my man Tupac. That's one of my favorite people in the world. Hail the rose that learned how to walk without feet and breathe fresh air and grew at the concrete when nobody else cared. That's one of my favorite quotes. I have a rose tatted on me for that. And I also have the words on my chest because it's so much beauty in, if you seen a rose growing out of the concrete, you'll be like, wow, this tough environment that this person is in, and they were able to make something beautiful out of it. And to me, that's all that black people are about. We're all roses from the concrete.
I love that. I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, that was King Don giving us a little piece of what he got coming down the pipeline, but that wasn't even all of it. Y'all need to tune in to find out the rest, okay? This is amazingness, and we got to be back in all the amazingness coming down this pipeline. Thank you for checking us out.